Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a good one. I'm here at Achieving Your Best on Republic Road in Springfield with Dietitian Cassie Dimmick, and today we are talking about nutrition and specifically probiotics. Now, I am a rookie when it comes to that, but please, we're live, so hop in with your questions or comments, and if we don't see them now, we'll answer them later.
Yes, we will. So,
okay.
Yeah, so probiotics are great, and there are a lot of questions out there about are they healthy, which ones are good, and so
who should be taking them, and are they okay for everyone?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So and there's a lot of really good research on probiotics that they are very helpful for a lot of different issues that people have.
Mm-hmm.
But the important thing is that certain strains are helpful and other ones may not be for your particular issue that you're having. So
harmful, or just not necessarily helpful?
So
okay.
if you have IBS symptoms, for example, or constipation, things like that with your GI system, there are certain strains that are helpful for that.
Okay.
There are other strains that are helpful for lowering cholesterol, for example.
Oh.
And so knowing what your issues are and what you're trying to treat is important.
I didn't even know that probiotics could help with cholesterol.
They can, yes. So
okay, well that's interesting.
Yeah,
we have 12 people watching now. Hi Kathy,
so,
thank you for hopping on.
Yeah.
So you have some examples,
so I have some examples
of probiotics.
And then, first of all, too, we want to have a healthy gut. And first and most important is eating healthy foods. And so that's going to be the main thing that you want to do to have a healthy environment for healthy bacteria to grow. Okay. And so probiotics can help with that because that's actually the live cultures that are going to help colonize your gut with healthy bacteria.
Right.
But the problem is when you don't take them, you aren't getting those. And so they're only as good as when you're taking them.
They're only as good as you are in eating the right probiotics.
Exactly. Correct. But you also need to have a healthy environment for them to grow.
Right.
And so, and a lot of people use just big, supplements that.
Can you guys hear okay? Just let me know.
Yeah, supplements, and this is one here that is a general supplement that has a lot of different strains, and you'll see the numbers of colony forming units or different bacteria colonies in these, and so you want to look for billions of colonies. We have over 100 trillion different bacteria in our gut, and so billion is not that many, and so and that's when they manufacture it. So they also, by the time you take it in, it's not going to have as many. So you want several billion.
Where would you find this?
So this you can find at Mama Jean's, and it's refrigerated. So this one.
Okay, so do they all have to be refrigerated?
They don't have to be refrigerated, but if they're heated at high temperatures, so if maybe during the summer you're getting them shipped to your house, it'll destroy it.
Okay.
So, that definitely check and see if it has to be refrigerated. This is one that doesn't have to be refrigerated, and you can find this at several stores around town. And this is specific for GI issues that people may have. And so also yeast is a probiotic. And so a lot of people have seen kombucha, and that's GT's kombucha, and it actually tests really well for having a lot of good active cultures in it, and it has some bacteria and some yeast in it.
And it's carbonated, right? Or
yes, it's carbonated, and then it also has just a tiny bit of alcohol in it, just so people know, but it's not enough.
A good thing to tell
it's
people.
Not enough to make any, have an effect on you. So, and also you have to look at the sugar content because sometimes they're flavored, and so usually half a bottle is a good portion size.
I was gonna say it might be a good substitute for soda.
Yes, exactly. It tastes really good too. Yeah. And then you have a couple of dairy products, and with these you need to be sure, this is kefir and yogurt, but you need to be sure that it says, I don't know if you can see this, but live and active cultures.
Oh, right here.
Yogurts can use a starter culture, and that doesn't necessarily mean it has live and active cultures that are probiotics. Okay. So you want to look for those words, and kefir is great as well. And one thing that probiotics may not necessarily help is lactose intolerance. So these are supposed to be lactose free, but I know in some testing they do show up to have some lactose. So if you have some issues, you may want to take a lactase enzyme, or see if you can tolerate them in small amounts with meals.
When you open this, I had one for a long time ago. It took me forever to. How long do they last once you open them? Do you have to finish that bottle in a certain amount of time?
Usually, usually a week is good. But
so
and if it smells funny or has any kind of it looks funny, then I would ditch it. But
I felt like it still had on the expiration date more time, but I was just reluctant,
Right, and some of them will tell you when it expires if it hasn't been open. So usually after it's been open, then you want to try to use it within a week.
That was probably
because it could be a month later and you've opened it, and
well, how long do these things last?
Right, yeah. So, but really trying to make sure that you understand how important a healthy gut is, because your gut, of course, digests and absorbs food, but also it's important for brain function and your mood. So most of the serotonin in our body is located in our gut.
That's crazy.
And so,
Are you serious?
And the other thing is our immune system. 70 to 80% of our immune cells are also located in our gut.
Our mood is tied to our gut, people.
Exactly.
Right.
So make sure that you're eating well. Lots of fruits and vegetables are shown to be really helpful. And then, I mentioned probiotics, so that's also useful. And then prebiotics that's another thing that you'll see that word in there. And those are actually food that you can't digest, but the bacteria love to thrive on, the healthy bacteria in your gut.
What are some
that's
examples?
Inulin is one, and so that's from chicory root, but it's also in a lot of fruits and vegetables. Asparagus is really high, and onions and garlic and some of those really healthy fruits and vegetables.
It all goes back to the fruits and vegetables.
And then you'll see it also in chicory root, which you'll see that in a lot of products that are out there, inulin or chicory root, and then fructooligosaccharides, FOS, is another prebiotic, and that also is shown to be helpful for having healthy gut bacteria.
And where would that be in?
And so that's usually in yogurts and some other foods that they put that in. So that wouldn't be in something naturally necessarily. So those are just a couple of examples of prebiotics too. But again, it comes back to the fruits and vegetables, just like you said.
It always does.
You can't go wrong with that.
Exactly. Right. So if you have an issue with, IBS or gut problems or cholesterol, you mentioned too, post a comment or your question, and then Cassie will get to it later. Hi, Randy and Sheila and Fred. You do have some group nutrition classes coming up. If someone wants to get the family involved.
Exactly. We actually have, we're talking about probiotics tomorrow night at 6:30 here at Achieving Your Best. And we're going to go over what strains are helpful for which issues, from weight loss, like I said, to cholesterol lowering, to immune function, decreasing colds and things like that.
We're getting into flu season.
Yes, and even for kids, decreasing incidence of strep throat. There are some probiotics that are promising for that. And so there's so many interesting things, and we're going to go over all of that in our nutrition class. And like I said, at 6:30 tomorrow, which is Wednesday night, and it's $15 for drop-in. We also have punch cards. We do them every month, and we have great topics, and a punch card is $10 a class. And then we also have a group nutrition membership that you can come to the classes and also get food diaries and some assistance from our dietitians for $50 a month.
And that's good to get the start now. We're heading into the holidays, November and December, so if you get started now, it'll make it a little easier.
It will. And we have some holiday tips coming up for our next talk. And then we have a lot of meal prep tips, which we get a lot of questions about. So we'll do a lot of meal prep things in the new year.
I look forward to that. That's my big struggle, people. Seriously. Okay. Well, thank you, Cassie. And again, we'll be checking for your questions and comments. And I'll post a link with that class information a little bit later. Have a great day.
Thanks.